Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30, whatever we give him.
We're working. Work never stop. There's always work to do, no matter what.
What's going on, you guys? So Eddie Hearn comes out and says that Spence don't want to fight Crawford. And yeah, check it out.
I've had a couple of chats with his management. The problem Top Rank had was they couldn't deliver him the fights. I'm in the same position, being quite honest. Can I deliver him the fights that generate money, the fights that give him legacy, the fights that interest him? I'm not sure. So, we have to really look at that and say, can we deliver for him on the level that he wants to? Probably financially. And that's the problem that Top Rank had. Terence Crawford is an amazing fighter, pound for pound great, but he needs a dance partner. And unfortunately for Terence, a lot of those dance partners are on PBC, who all want to tie him into a long-term deal for giving him that opportunity. And Terence probably doesn't want to play that game, so we'll see what happens. I don't think Errol Spence really wants to fight Terence Crawford, in all honesty. I think he's going to fight Ugas. Those guys have got to just lose, I guess, a little bit of the chip on the shoulder to think they're bigger than each other. Like, it's a 50-50 split. Of course it is. I did more pay-per-view. Just neither of you are massive draws on your own. Fight each other if you want to prove who's the best, if you truly believe you can win. Unfortunately, in boxing, you don't see that very much. We've seen it this weekend in the lower weight classes, but up there, you don't really see it.
After hearing what Eddie had to say in regards to the situation, now, for weeks, people have been saying, well, yeah, now that PBC said the economics is situation with Terence Crawford, yeah. Eddie said it too, yeah. Well, really, Eddie's saying it will be in the same boat that Top Rank and Bob Arum was in. Yeah, Terence Crawford's a great fighter and everything, but we don't have the opponents for him. We don't have nobody for him to fight. PBC has the opponents for Terence Crawford, and yet they seem to really make it hard for Terence Crawford. They don't want to it seems like it's going to be very difficult, right? But Eddie said the same thing the vast majority of fans been saying. They want to see the fight. They don't think Errol Spence wants to fight. And yeah, people gonna be looking for Spence to fight Crawford after this Ugas situation. Eddie said he thinks he's gonna fight Ugas, and then he's gonna get up out of there. Now, people like to run when Eddie say something that fits their narrative, the agenda. Let us see them run with this one, right? Because we already knew what Eddie was talking about. Yeah, of course he's not gonna be able to give Crawford the money he's looking for. Why? Because he don't have the opponents to feed Crawford. He don't have nobody for Crawford to give him the numbers that he potentially could be looking for, right? He just don't have the opponents for him, the fighters for him to fight. PBC does, and yet this is what we're going through, right? Economics and, Terence Crawford, the pay-per-view, we heard it before, right? But Eddie Hearn is saying something a little different. It seemed like if Eddie had the opponents for Terence Crawford, then he'll be more interested in signing them. This is a thing that's keep being brought up to Eddie Hearn. He's keep talking about Terence Crawford. But in reality, Eddie doesn't have anybody for Terence Bud Crawford to fight. But PBC does, and it's Errol Spence Jr., Dennis Ugas, and Keith One-Time Thurman. Will Bud get a fight with these guys in 2022? Who knows? But when guys like Eddie Hearn come out and say stuff like Spence is ducking, and when people come out, it's going to really put pressure on Errol Spence Jr. to go the right path, and that path leads right to Terence Bud Crawford. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.